How you doing, me muckers? How are you all? Hope you've all had a good week so far, and a nice weekend. Peaky Boykin here. Happy you all. Hope aren't you all right? So with me and Jamie Boykin Adventure, we've already had a bit of a chat in the side chat there. But yeah, I'm going to introduce one of my guests tonight. He's one of my usual ones. So one of my muckers. It is Agus Whisperer. How you doing, mate? You all right?
I'm all right, mate. Yourself?
All good, all good. I'll tell you
Good,
what,
good.
mate. That video you did of I don't know whether did you put it on YouTube of you when you mounted the sat nav, you changed the sat nav. Have you put it on YouTube?
Yeah.
I thought you had. But yeah, mate, that's made your bike look a hell of a lot different.
It's a daft. I don't know what BMW were thinking about when they done that. You've got to actually look down to see the sat nav.
Yeah.
Kinda
Like
weird.
I say, mate, when initially when you showed it me, I was a bit like, I don't know whether I like it or I don't like it. I don't know. But then when you bought the bracket and you've put the bracket above it, so it's now in the usual place kind of thing for the BMs.
I got well robbed with that bracket.
How much was it?
£110 for a wee bit of metal. But the reason I bought that one and didn't go, you can get them for China for like £15-20, but everybody complains that they vibrate.
Yeah.
Whereas the BMW one that's thicker, it doesn't.
So. No. So fair play. Like I say, mate, the even on your videos, it makes it look better to look at, if that makes sense. Because at least then you can see where you're going, or do you know what I mean? You're not just looking at, because I found myself watching your speed. That's what I was doing. I was just looking at the clock, watching your speed.
Yeah.
So
I'm a fast rider.
Yeah. So yeah, but that was like I say, that's made a massive difference to your bike. So, and then we're gonna bring the next guest in, who's got a massive channel. He's one of the big guys, big dogs.
One of the big guns.
Out now. One of the big guns. Exeter. How you doing? You all right? Korea.
One of the big guns, and he can't even work a mic.
Yes, there you go.
Mate.
Mate, I thought you were taking the piss then, like that.
Yeah. You know, I did think of doing that, coming on tonight and doing that, and I thought, no, that's bloody stupid. Yeah. No, sorry about that.
No,
yeah, hello. How you doing? You right?
Yeah, all good, all good. How's Tricks? How are you?
I'm very well, my friend. I'm kind of full on at work at the moment, missing filming quite a lot, actually. I really want to get out and do some filming, but no time, unfortunately.
No. So, but one thing I have done this week is book the tickets to the NEC bike show. Obviously, I don't think Agus is going to be coming all the way down for the bike show, but would you be tempted to come up?
You know what? I'll be honest and say that bike shows have never really interested me.
Yeah.
It just seems a lot of. It's going to be crowded, I guess, isn't it? I've never done one before, so I don't really know. But
yeah, it used to be absolutely rammed. It used to be. I went with my daughter last year. I suppose I met Rev, but I got onto the train tracks, and there was just a load of people there. They weren't even going to the bike show. I just had a bit of a fucking panic attack there, so I died. But, but I went.
I think the thing with me is that I there's only a few bikes that I want to see. So when I've done that, that's it. It's 10 minutes and I'm done. Yeah. You know, there's not a lot else I want to see, really. So,
I mean, to be fair, like, I don't even want to. How can I put it? I ain't even that bothered about going. Look, I like to go around, sit on the bikes, look at the bikes. But for me, it's more of a social thing. Do you know what I mean? I like to go around and go speak to people. And like last year, it was the first time last year I met up with Boo Rider, Uncle Red, and with Mick Biker. So that was the first time I met them three. So it was sound like it was nice kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? It kind of settled me down then, kind of thing, because I walked in with them and it was all right then. But
that's exactly the same as me. That is the main reason I would go. It's just to meet up with people that I haven't met yet. Same as us meeting up at ABR last year.
Yeah,
it was nice meeting each other and nice meeting other people. So
I'm glad you can remember it.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't have as much as you, mate.
Mate, with it, I'd done my ankle in, hadn't I? I'd hurt my ankle, but
I forgot that.
I was absolutely hammered.
Yeah.
I was, like I say, from about midday, I was just like, I'm on it.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
What happened again with that? Do you remember that? We went and bought a pint somewhere, and you went and got a pint, and then there was something wrong with it, and you took it back, and they got you another one, and you said, "Yeah, no, I'll keep that one as well, but I want another one as well."
Yeah,
was that right?
Yeah. So he poured me the pint, and it was flat. The Guinness was, even though there's no actual gas in it, but there was 2 pints of Guinness, and I'd had a couple of swigs, and I was like, "Don't taste right, that does." So I went my cup, and I went to the bloke, "Taste that for me," and he was like, "Oh, that don't taste right." So he's put it down and poured me a fresh, and I've had a couple of swigs. I went, "Yeah, that's sound." So he's gone to take the bad one away. I was going, "No." And he just, I think it was just one of them where the bloke was just like, "Okay, no problem. you can have it then." But yeah, but yeah, it's but going back to the bike show, yeah, that's all I want to do really. I just want to go and have a walk round. I'm trying to persuade Brumtown Rider to come with me, but he's umming and ahhing at the minute. He's one of them. He won't make a decision. He has to be lastminute.com.
Yeah, I'm a little bit like that as well.
But so I'm going to say,
who's up there this year then that you're going to meet?
There's me, Revbon, I believe Lockwood, Airshare Vlogster. Who else? Stu's going down. And I think there's a load from like Milton Keynes area. He's little, because he's got like a ride out group as well that he goes with. So he's got a ride out group that he's gonna be going with as well. So your mic keeps going on muted. Hold on.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So, but yeah, like, and it's just one of them. It's going to be good to meet up with everybody, especially like Stu and Lockwood, and you know, I met them. I mean, I was fortunate enough to, when I did the Scottish Little Soldiers, I stopped at Graham's house. He was kind enough to let me stay at his house when I did the Scottish Little Soldiers one, which was absolute godsend, mate. Just having a nice bed and knowing, might sound daft, but knowing that you're safe and your bike's safe, and do you know what I mean? It was so. Again, thank you, Graham. I've said it a few times, but thank you. I really appreciate that, mate.
No problem, mate. Not a problem.
So, but
can you just fill me in, Graham? What bike have you got? You're a GS rider, aren't you?
An F850.
Yeah, 850. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just a month or two ago, I think I got it.
Yeah, he's got that really like khaki green army coloured one. That is the one I wanted.
You keep calling that. It's not actually green. It's bronze.
It's bronze. It's fucking green. It's fucking green.
It's bronze.
It's green. Get a photo. Put a photo up, and we'll ask people. It's fucking green.
Right. Okay. Then I'll find the photo.
Get a photo. Stick it on the live, and I'll put it up, and I'll ask people whether it's bronze or green.
Have you guys seen the new 900 that's coming out? 900. Is it a 900 GS? Or an F900?
The F900. Yeah. They ain't done much. To be fair, with the lower CCs, it looks like they ain't done much to them.
No.
To be honest, what the photos that I got shown the other week, you know, that they're a massive. You tell you like what they've done to the 1300.
Yeah.
And
I think they start at 12 grand as well, which is quite a bit. You know,
mate, it's a bit of a. It's a high price tag for what you're getting. I mean, like I was all up for changing my bike this year to the 1300. If I liked it, I was going to go for it. But you know, like that video. I mean, I got to say thank you to Stevie, because he did the thumbnail for me, because I was just like, you know, and he's he's helped me so much over the last couple of weeks. It's been unreal. So thank you, mate. But I was just like, I was just like, you know, I put it out there, and it was, you know, it's a boomed, but I've got about 3,000
done well.
views. I've got about 3,000 views on that one.
That's good, mate.
And then, like I say, I test rode the 1,300, but I could only listen to this. I could only do 23 mile. 23. Not nothing. And I went to him. I says, mate, I can't go anywhere. 23 mile. It's 10 mile to get from BMW to the outskirts of town. I says to get into a decent place where I can, you know, ride the bike, you know, into a decent A road and 20.
To be honest, mate, with a price tag like that, you know, and there's a glimmer which you could buy that bike, isn't there? And they're letting you have it for 23 miles. That's an instant, you know, deal breaker, really, isn't it? As soon as they say that. Yeah.
You know, I'm just at the point now where, I mean, to be fair, they messaged me the other day and just went, you know, we've watched your video that, you know, why you wouldn't buy a BMW. And I was like, this is Drew. And I was like, yeah. And he went, it's a bit rough. And I went, anytime, mate. Because a lot of it is just how it looks, basically, and some of the stuff you've done to it. He's Alchemato. How you doing, Walker?
Hello, mate.
Can you hear me?
PK, I've sent you a picture of the bike.
How are you doing? You all right?
Hey, there you go. How you doing, mate? You're right.
Yep, evening all.
Hello, how do you do, right?
Not bad. Been a while since I've been on here now.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
It is. Well, how you doing? You all right?
Surviving.
That's a rough word, eh? Surviving.
The winter's closing in.
I'm coming up towards your area tomorrow. I'm going to do that Snakes Pass.
Oh, tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Me and I think me and Brumtown Rider, because I've got a few days off work. So
right. Well, you're lucky tomorrow because the weather's breaking, isn't it?
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why we did it, because it's supposed to be okay tomorrow.
Tomorrow and for weekend, so there's no excuses for anyone this weekend for riding.
So
I didn't get any riding in the weekend, just gone. But yeah, looking forward to this weekend just to make up for it. So I think throughout the country, we've had enough of the wind and everything else now. So
I think that's most of the gales that'll be done. So yeah. So
can I just ask, how are you getting on with the Pan America?
I love it.
Oh dear, that was a bit. It's not a good start.
Yeah, it's one of them where when I went for the Pan America, it was a sort of snap decision. I'd read all the reviews, I'd seen all the hates, I'd seen all the loves, and it's one of those where you've got to take a chance with it. And when I got rid of the Triumph Tiger, nothing wrong with the Triumph Tiger. It was a brilliant bike, and I'd have another one tomorrow. But being solely or predominantly a Harley man, I thought, let's see what this is all about. So I bought that bike on a whim. It was the right price. I had everything with it. The mileage was low enough, so I took the chance on it. And it's a 21 plate, which everyone says that is the ones that you get most of the problems with. What I did do is make sure all the software updates and the patches were right up to speed, and that everything that was supposed to have been done had been done. And because of that, I have had 0 problems. And that's in about 3,500 miles now. And it's been Scotland, it's been down South Coast.
Excellent.
And through all the weathers, and it's been absolutely brilliant. So I can't fault it. Now, typically, as an American bike, as opposed to some European bikes, there is some typical American things on that bike. There's a little bit of plastic in, a little bit of this that I don't like, that could be better. But Harley know that. They know that you're going to rip that off and someone's going to make a better one, or you're going to replace that. And that's what it's all about with most bikes. So if you discount that and make it your bike the same as you would with any, I can't fault it.
Yeah. Good.
To be fair, mate, like I think this is what kind of a lot of the I won't say negative comments, but the comments that I'm getting on the reasons why I won't buy the BMW, I'm like, it's how you seen the bike and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, it is. But that, for me, are you going to look at a bike and go, I don't like that, but if it's a good engine, I'll buy it. You got to look at the bike and go, I like the look of that bike. It don't matter if it's shocking reviews. If you like the bike, you're going to buy the bike because you want the bike. It's like when I had the first KTM RC8 when that first come out, mate. The amount of software updates that was having, it was on literally a 6 weekly basis. You had to take it in and have all the software updated, and it was a nightmare. But it was the first bike with all the points, all the shapes, the back end all open, no wall gap. You know what I mean? It was that first shocking bike to come out that wore like nothing else. The under panel exhaust where it was under the frame almost. Do you know what I mean? So you know, but this is what I'm saying to the lads from BMW. They keep just like, yeah, you know. The stuff I'm saying, it's about the engine and it's about this and I'm like, but this is my opinion. That's the first thing I say in the video. Yeah. This is my opinion,
and you're right for that reason.
If you like it, then mate, like I've had a couple of people say, I've bought a bike, I've bought one because I like it. Brilliant, mate. Fair play to you. I ain't knocking you. All I'm saying is, for me, I don't like it. I don't like the look of it. It looks small, and that ain't the type of bike that I wanted. Now, the Adventure could come out next year and look completely different because it's going to be the 30-litre tank. I believe that they're having the metal boxes on with the frame around it and all the rest of it. So I'm like, let's have a look and wait to see what comes of that. But again, you've got to like the look of the bike, ain't you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I know what you're saying, Mark, with the plastics. That's what BMW done. A lot of the plastic seem and feel cheap, if that makes sense. You can feel the how thin the plastic is on stuff, and I was just like,
but like you say, you know that someone is going to. It's like I can go to half a dozen suppliers now and replace that and replace that and replace that for a better item. Like the first thing I did with the windshield,
I've seen that one.
Off, a load of crap. Harley's on the 23 now. They've modified it and made it better. It's still the same screen, but they stopped the rattle and the shake and everything. The adjustment was right, but straight away I knew that was going to be no. And in the highest position, you were getting too much wind blast. Now for a smaller rider, but again, it's about people. Some people are this big, some people are this big, some people are this big, some people are this big. So this is why people change bars, put risers on, bigger screens, different seats. It's all about until you make that bike your own, and it doesn't matter what model that bike is. So no one's happy until, it's rare to find someone who's had a bike for say 5 years and never done anything to it.
No.
Even to change the exhaust.
Yes, 100%.
Name someone who has got an original bike.
Rev bomb.
Yeah.
That's handy because it does fucking 3 mile on a Sunday to the Super Sausage. You don't get then
again, there is people with nostalgia that won't change one nut and bolt, and if it's got run, they have to buy it from the dealer, So there is them people about. But what I'm saying is, for the rest of us, it's all about, getting that sound right or getting that feel right, and it's the same with what you wear on the bike. You can go on forever. So no one's entirely happy with a purchase, I don't think, until they've changed the grips or something.
It's a personal thing, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, like on my bike, mine's pretty standard. If I'm being honest, mine come with the exhaust, the acro exhaust and stuff. The only thing I've really changed is the front screen, because I just found that the normal screen it come with, it was just hitting the peak of my cap, so I was getting a bit of vibration. Even on the highest. It'd move it, but then what I didn't like is when I was filming, I was looking through the screen, and sometimes what you was getting with especially with the GoPro, it was kind of focusing on the screen, and then it'd focus at a hill afterwards. It'd come back to the screen, and then it'd focus on. So it was never really ideal for me. That's why I always now ride with the tiny little short screen, because for me, unless I'm doing some big miles, I'll put the big screen back on, because it's just, one, I prefer the look, and two, when I'm doing my videos, I just like the fact that you've got a bit more vision in front of you rather than a big screen. But again, that's just my personal preference.
I can see that with screens, but then I know, say, if you, depends what lid you're wearing. If I'm wearing, say, the bobbed lid, which is sort of semi-open face apart from the chin, I get a lot of wind noise, so it's harder to mic up having that wind noise through. If I'm wearing the full face, it's different. You know, if I'm on the 48, say I've got little shield on the front of that, but it doesn't really do anything. You're getting, you know, great audio. But I can get great audio by displacing it with a screen on the Panam, even with an open face lid. So that's the reason I use that. I think, you know, because I prefer the lid for the visibility options, and you know, that's my look as well. But if I did have it on the original screen, the audio was absolutely shocking because of the wind that was going over the top and going straight into the mic. So I suppose it's reasons for different things, you know.
Yeah.
If you wear a full face, it doesn't matter. You know, I'd probably do without the screen and take it off completely. It wouldn't bother me. Yeah.
I mean, like I say, even when I had my Harley, I had the Batwing fairing that you could take off. And 90% of the time, I wouldn't ride with that on at all because I prefer. I only used to wear like a little piss pot helmet and a pair of shades, and you know, I quite like that the wind hitting you. Do you know what I mean? Because it was at least then it was clean air hitting you rather than dirty air. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it just, you know, as soon as you get 30, 40, 50 mile an hour, you know, it don't feel like somebody smashing you in the chest or holding your arms back or nothing like that. I quite enjoy that openness of having the windy to me, you know, and that's one of the reasons why I've changed the mics as well. I've gone for the DJI wireless mic just so I can turn a lot of the dB down for the wind noise. So it's just one of them.
A lot of the time, the wind protection actually makes it worse, doesn't it? But again, like Alco was saying, depends how high you are, and you know, so many different factors to you know, whether a screen's going to work for you or not.
Yeah, again, because it's like for me, like I say, I quite like the look of my videos with just that open view without the screen. Again, like I'll watch other people's video, and you know, I don't watch. Like, for example, Graham's video, he's still got like the standard original screen. You know, I don't sit there and get, you know, I'll get rid of that straight away. You know what I mean? I don't do that because that's his video. That's his kind of thing. He rides with that. Do you know what I mean?
The only thing I find with that screen is the wind comes right across there, and I think it goes up under the lid, and it started making my videos noisier, I think.
Yeah.
Whereas with the V-Strom, it kind of went over the top of you. So you didn't get as much wind noise, but I bought some more cats to put that on the mic. I put a second one on the mic, see if it makes any difference.
See, I just used to, what I used to do on the mics that I had. So it's just to have a hammer mic, but then, you know, the little wind deflector that's already on it, I used to leave that on and then put the dead cat over the top of that.
Or the foam thing, sort of.
Yeah. I used to leave the foam thing on it and then put the dead cat over the foam as well.
Right, maybe try that.
Yeah, just to kind of help. It might help you out a little bit. It did me a little bit, like, but but it's like, but it's like I was talking to. I met it with a lad the weekend, and he's basically just started a channel, and he was like, you know, I'm looking at audio and this, that, and I went, mate, you know, a bit like what Steve did to me the other day. Yeah, sit me down, right? This is what you need to do. Work on this, and this first. Sort that out, and then we'll start the next phase. We'll look at this, and this until obviously, you know, hopefully we get a big channel. And that's what I said to him. I said, you know, you got to work out what you want to do with your channel first. Do you know what I mean? Have a look at, and there is little tips and tricks, especially when you're riding. So, you know, don't ride at 70 mile an hour on a dual carriageway trying to do a fucking video. Do you know what I mean? Wait until you're doing 30, 40 mile an hour where you're just rolling along and you ain't got loads of wind noise, loads of engine noise, and it's a calmer environment to talk in rather than having to fucking shout down the mic. So you know, there's just little things that like I've gained just through knowledge. Nobody telling you. You're just like, well, obviously that sounds better when they're doing that, and that's why, like, when I started looking into it, I was like, a lot of these YouTubers don't really talk a lot unless they're only doing 20, 30, 40 mile an hour, or them completely off the bike. While they're on the bike, they're probably talking, but you know, they sat on the dual carriageway, kind of you know, trying to have a conversation on a dual carriageway at 70, 75 mile an hour.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people come and go over the years with YouTube, and one of the biggest problems that I've found people do is that they try and run before they can walk. You know, they, for example, I was having a chat with somebody last year, and he was on about buying merch, this, that, and the other, and he only had like 250 subscribers. So who's going to buy the merch? You know, it's just pointless things like that. And you got to really build it up first, and you know, and then start all that. But yeah,
well, like you say, like the thing is, I think it's like anybody when you first start your channel, you know, you have that 1,000 subscribers target, and like some people go, I ain't really bothered. Where if you're an individual like I am, if I see a target, I've got to hit it. I want to hit that target. Do you know what I mean? And then and that's all I'm kind of almost fixated. You know, I get tunnel vision. I ain't bothered about anything else.
You're very driven. I've noticed that about you.
So you know, once I've got something in my head, I'm doing it. I'm 100%. I'm going to get there. But you know, but me getting there, I start lapsing on other stuff. Then I start forgetting about things. Oh, I don't need to that. I need to get this. That's my only target, rather than like sitting back and going, right, let's have a bit of a plan now. Right, let's have a sit back. But I think that's what's happened with me now, because like I say, I've lost a few subscribers over the last couple of weeks, and I'm like, right, why have I lost them?
Is that since your 1,300 review?
Yeah. So, but like you know, I messaged Steve and I said to him, I says, can you kind of have a look and see what you think? And I mean, fair play to him. He was like, these are just, don't feel like, you know, I'm having a dig at you, which, you know, or else I wouldn't have asked him, to be honest. I was like, I need a bit of guidance, because I don't actually know what's working and what's not working, because I've not been on YouTube long enough to know what works and what doesn't work, and how you kind of figure that out.
Yeah, and I'm no expert either, as I said to you. You know, what might work for me may not work for you. So, it did seem to work, didn't it? I think we've done all right. So
so like I say, it's just you know, the little pointers that he's given me, I'm working on them now to try and put them into every video, so that it's like almost like a ritual now. As soon as you put them on, right, do this, all that box is ticked now. Then I can start somewhere else. Then I'll start somewhere else. Then, do you know what I mean? Rather than before, I think I was a bit more skittish with it, because I've done that. I don't know how to do that, so I'm just going to leave it, kind of thing. Rather than asking the question, I'll just leave it, because I think
when you don't know, though, you've got to chuck everything at the wall, haven't you, to see what does work. That's why you're skittish. Yeah. I was the same. You know, you're trying to find the way what YouTube wants you to do and what works for the viewer, but you don't know unless you try absolutely everything. Yeah. You only learn from your mistakes. Yeah. And I've made a ton of them, you know, so that's things I can pass on to other people where I've gone wrong. And like I said to you, it can save you a year's worth of, you know, crap, really.
Yeah. Well, but that's the thing. You look at some channels and you're like, why is that video done really well? I've done, for example, exactly the same video, and you know, I've watched his video and I've watched my video, and I think my video is better. But why has he's got 4,000 views and mine's only got 300 views? When, you know, and then that's when you start picking things out. Then you're like, well, his audio ain't great. He ain't colour graded nothing. He ain't done, and you kind of think, fucking, where the fuck is it?
Colour grade? What's that?
How's he done that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we all look at that when you're scrolling through certain videos, or when you look on your home screen on YouTube and you think, hang on a minute, who's that? Well, they've got 150 subscribers, and that video has 7,000 views in a day.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it the thumbnail? Is it the tags? Is it the title? I think everyone does it, but what you've got to remember is not to sort of read too much into it and just concentrate on your own thing and let them get on with that. Because what will happen is you'll leave an out, and their next video might only have 300 views, but you might have forgot about that person and not looked at his channel again.
Yeah.
And then you might have one that might do, 3,000 or 4,000 views and think, oh, that was good. But your next one. So it is sort of swings and roundabouts. and it does depend on what's capturing the audience. But at the moment, I think shorts is killing the long videos.
100%.
So you've got to sort of take down. I won't put anything out now longer than 20 minutes if I'm going to have to. But sometimes you don't want to cut too much out because you're missing too much good content. So you try and make that into a part 1 and a part 2. But ultimately, it's trying to squeeze everything into 15, 16 minutes. Because what happens is it doesn't matter whether it's 10 minutes or 20 minutes, it's all to do with the watch time on that video, isn't it? So when you look at our watch time, you think, well, my average watch time on a 20-minute video is only like 7 minutes. You think.
Yeah, so they missed it anyway.
Sorry?
Yeah. So they missed the rest of it anyway, yeah.
So they're skipping to the best bits. So then you've got to look into your peak viewing and your dropouts and whatnot, and then think, well, that was shit, so I don't want to include that. But, sometimes that takes away the heart of the video or the story of the video. The ride into the destination and before you do your off bike things and whatnot. So you don't want to miss that out because people enjoy the people that are watching the full lot, even though it shows you as an average of, say, I'm using 7 minutes as an example, that 30% of people might be watching that completely all the way through. Yeah. And what it's doing is he's taking an average. So you look at your stats and go, well, actually, that's not that brilliant, that. But then I think I was looking at one the other day and it says out of every 100 views of people on that particular thumbnail, I was getting, what was it now, five clicks per every 100 views of that thumbnail. But then it said some well-known channels, we're talking say 100,000 subscribers or whatever, we're only getting 10 clicks. Are you with me? So it was only 50% more. So I look at my subscriber base to their subscriber base and think, well, actually, in comparison percentage, it's not that bad. Are you with me?
Yeah.
So then it starts to make you feel better. So stop looking at that channel, concentrate on your own, and then just don't take out what you might think is the bad bits, because what you might think is the bad bits or the boring bits, that little bit of a 2-minute ride to here, someone else might think that's the best part of the video.
Yeah.
So what is the bad and what is the good?
The thing is, there is a massive disconnect from us sat in front of the video, knowing what's going to happen, compared to what the viewer is seeing and taking in. Because we're looking at it at total different aspects. So you never really know. Most importantly, you just got to do what you enjoy, haven't you? Because we've all done it. We've all looked at bigger channels and thought, what are they doing different? And you try what they're doing, but actually you don't enjoy it. So you might as well just do what you enjoy and just, I think that comes through anyway, Comparison is the killer of all joy, as somebody told me once. That's kind of true, really.
That's a bit fucking deep in there. You follow my channel.
I hadn't started, mate.
Okay. Don't worry about the small dropouts though, because obviously, YT does do the bot clear out and whatnot every once in a while as well. So sometimes you think, hang on a minute, I'm doing all right here. I'm jumping up 8, 9, 10 subscribers a day. It's going up like this. And then suddenly you get this plateau and nothing happens. You think,
yeah.
YouTube might be updating this, that, and the other. They haven't got time to do your stats properly. So there's a little bit of a stalemate. Yeah. And then you might say, just do that. And then there's nothing for 3 days. And then suddenly goes back up again. You just got to discount them. Sometimes I don't even bother looking at my studio for a week. I think, something, I put that video on now. I've got things to do at home. I've got other things to do. I've got life as well as, the channel. So let's just forget about it. And then sometimes you're pleasantly surprised when you go back to it and say, well, actually, that's not bad that in a week. I've not even looked at it for a week. So that's what I try and do now is just step back and think, it's not 100%. This isn't my life, So just do what you've got to do. Live your life. And if it grows, brilliant.
I actually remember watching a video with Teapot One about saying that. So basically, when he went from he left the police force day and become a full-time YouTuber, and he was saying he was speaking to somebody, and they went, "You cannot do YouTube 24 hours a day. You can't do it." He said, "So you need to have your home life. So it needs to be a job. If you're going to do it as a job, it needs to be a job. So you need to start doing it as 8 till 4, 8 till 5, whatever your hours on, and then at them hours, close the door, walk away, step away, and leave it." And I remember him saying that time.
I mean, I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm out the door at 6 a.m. and I'm back home probably about 7 o'clock in the evening most nights. So that with weekend, and then you're editing on top. People don't realize that. You know, people think that you're doing it full time and you're doing it full time and I'm doing it full time, and we're not. But then if you're speaking to your audience and saying, "Oh, I've not put a video out this week. I've been too busy working, decorating, digging the garden, whatever," they're not interested in that.
No,
they just want to see your content. So that just sees you being a bit of a whinger. So then that's, you know, put up with it and get on with it. We just want to see you riding. You know, that's all they want to see. Don't want to hear all the other shit.
I've put out a video a week for the last 2.5 years now. I think at least 2 years anyway. And I mean, I have a bit of time off in the summer, and I am for sort of 6 weeks of the kids' holidays. I am a full-time YouTuber because I stack up the videos then and move it all forward. But it does start to become a job, and it does take the fun out of riding. You know, and actually doing YouTube, because I love YouTube. I love it. You know, I met so many good people doing it. I love it. But yeah, if you're doing it full time, it's a hard graft, but not very much money. So
no. You know, like someone else once said, it pays for your bottle of milk a week and a few other things, you know, and a couple of tanks of fuel. We all do it for the love. I do it for the love. I couldn't give it up because I love doing it. I've often thought, what would happen if I step back now and think that's it? I would damn well miss it, because I love to, it's not just the riding, it's the sharing, you know, because when you're riding and you're talking in that helmet and you're talking to an audience, you're bringing everyone with you on that ride. It's a lonely place if you do a lone ride without that. You can't deny it isn't. You know, sometimes I enjoy that space and I enjoy that solo ride, but also it's great to talk inside that helmet to the world out there and share that experience. But, you know, going back to, you know, what he's saying about the full time, it's, if you did it full time, what benefits are you getting from that? You know, because when we do it as a part-time thing for a week, you look forward to the riding at the weekend. Whereas if you're doing it full time, you're searching for that content all the time, every day, you know, to keep on going. So I think it's going to be more difficult to keep doing it as a full-time job, to fill in them hours every day, editing, you know, instead of having that break that we get as you or me, you know.
I think for me, I've got so much that I want to do anyway. I've got the podcast as well, and I don't get time to sort that out or, you know, feed it basically. But I've got so many other videos of people that have contacted me about their bikes, and I want to do interviews with them. I don't get time to do it. In the summertime, I want to go on big trips like you guys do, you know, sort of outside Exeter for a change. No. But anyway, but I don't get time to do that because I get all the loan bikes and that's full on when you've got, you know, a review to do on a bike. So yeah, I don't know. I still really enjoy it, even though it is a hard graft. I think that's what I'm trying to say there.
It is. It's not so much the riding; it's the editing as well. I'll just cut in there because Rev Bomb just said he made, was it £62 last month?
There you go.
62 last month. No money to do it because I love my job. Love the job. Sorry.
Yeah.
We're probably about even. But what I will tell you is there was one particular month that I featured boobies.
Oh yeah.
And my earnings shot up to about 465 or something for just featuring a little clip of boobies.
Well,
not yours.
I watched that about 12 times. So.
Not mine, no. But now that particular video has, you've got to sign in, you've got to be 18 and blah, 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 because YouTube pulled it because they're showing boobies.
Fucking Graham saved that one.
Yeah, so what I'm saying, it's just, it's ironic that, I'm not going to go into it, but for a certain subject, and those are the majority of male views are looking through thumbnails, isn't it funny that one thing can generate that for you?
Yeah. Like you say,
rather than riding down the side of a mountain in a mankini.
In a mankini.
That's your fetish coming out, isn't it? Yeah.
Wait for the winter camp.
Yeah. So right then, as you mentioned it, do you want to give a few details out on what we're looking at doing?
Right, the winter camp. Okay. Winter camp will be, I did mention January, didn't I?
Initially.
Right. Initially. It's the coldest month. If we're going to do it, we might as well do it with a little bit of heart in the coldest month. you never know, it might be mild. But last year when I did it, it was around about the same time. I think it was just before January, end of December, after Christmas. And it was bloody freezing, sleet, snow in the mountains, but it was a great time. So, but this time round, you're joining me.
Yeah, man.
So we'll be heading north to the Scottish, either probably borders or trying to maybe get a little bit further, but it depends on timescale. And 2 nights in the winter, Highlands or Scottish borders, snow, whatever it is, rain, sleet, we were putting up with it. So on the bikes, in the tents, bit of whiskey, bit of banter, and some decent riding, hopefully.
Yeah, 100%. Because Graham says that he was thinking about coming.
Right, okay.
What are you, Graham? Were you thinking about coming, were you?
Listen, I'm stuck in Scotland in January. Never mind camping in it.
Well, that's the beauty of it. You're just taking it a little bit further. I'm just waiting to see if there's a couple of other folk that may be joining us yet, but we've just got to confirm the dates and see whether that's possible before I do make them known if that's the case. So I'll wait and see, because we've got to do a little bit more talking about it first. And once we nail the date down, then we'll go from there.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty all right with any mouse weekends, because I finish at dinner time on a Friday, and like I say, I can get away Friday. I could get away Thursday. Do you know what I mean? I'm all right with my job. So
yeah, well, if it's the Saturday, Sunday that we'll be doing the camp over, then the Friday, then it may be that you come up to mine and then we do it from here. And so we'll get them plans nailed down.
Yeah, 100%. Well, like I say, it's just obviously me and Mark have been speaking about it for, I don't know, a couple of months now, I'd say. So yeah, we're gonna do that, and then that should be a good laugh. Was you on about doing it for charity as well, mate?
Yeah, but I've never been a great one at getting the ball rolling with things like that. But I mean, I think it'd probably be good to do that if we could. I never know who to contact, and I like charities, but I've never been great at organising them. But if we can do it, or people think it's worthwhile doing for charity, because this would be, everything's going to be bared on this. The camera's going to be rolling through the harshest bits, whether we fall over, slip, swim in the lock, naked. Everything will be included. So it'll be a cracking little, maybe 2, 3 part, 4 part series that we'll do. So I think for charity, whatever because we'll just take whatever the weather throws at us, really.
Yeah.
And then just see what we've got on the footage at the end of it, and then put it together and see. So I'm not quite sure. If we're going to do it for charity, I think we need to look at that pretty soon as well.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, all I did when I did my Scottish Little Soldiers run, I just basically got in contact with them and just said, this is my idea. This is what I'm looking to do. How is the best way of me going about this? Because, for me, I wanted it to be transparent. I didn't want to have cash. So I was like, what's the best way for me to do this? And the easiest way that the money can get to you. So they was like, right, the easiest way to do it, you start a Just Giving page. Add us to the Just Giving page. And then at the end of the date, because you have obviously a start date and a finish date, I'll run my finish date like a month afterwards. So just in case anybody, hadn't heard about it, and, I've been on different people's lives. So I'll let it run over for a month. And I was still getting money in that month that I was even doing it. So yeah, and that's all I did, and just got in contact with them, and I was just like, set up a Just Giving page. Once it ends, the money will just come straight to us. That Just Giving will have their little bit, and then
yeah, we could do that, and then just advertising on any future things we put about the trip, and just put that on, and then
yeah, I mean, like I say, you can do. You haven't got to do it, for to get in contact with a charity. You can just give a Just Giving page, and then add your charities later. So like for me, my charity would probably be Mind and probably Scottish Little Soldiers, for example. Them are the two. The next time I do my, one of my trips, them are the 2 charities I'll be doing it for. So I'll just reach out. I'll just send an email. This is what I'm looking at doing. They sent me, a couple of T-shirts. They sent me a flag and stuff like that. So you ain't got to dive too much into it. And secondly, what you don't want is you don't want it to control everything. Then, oh, we've got to do this because of the charity, we've got to do this because of the charity. So you go to the charity and you say, this is what I'm doing. Can you is there anything that you want me to put out? And then all as I did was give me some literature, and I was like, sound happy days. I already know about Scottish Little Soldiers, but I was like, sound happy days. But at least then, like I say, you know, if you ain't got to mess about with the money or nothing, because you don't see the money goes into the bank account, into the Just Giving page, and then a month later or whenever the end date is, it just goes. So, but like you say, you can have it for anything. I don't know, cancer research, fucking mind, whoever you want to have it for. So
yeah, well, we'll look into it, and you know, whether you know how you do it or not, it doesn't matter whether even you know you link it or we talk about linking one between the two. I don't know. We'll see. It's just something that rattled in my head to think that. Well, you know, it's going to be you know one hell of a little trip, and you know we're going to be battling the elements, so we might as well do it for someone, haven't we?
Yeah. Like you say, mate. You know, and it might sound daft, but some of the best views I had on my Scottish Little Soldiers trip was the 3 days after I left Graham, which was my 3 down days, because I was knackered because I think it was 803 mile when I left Graham's house in just over, I think it was about 12 hours, 12 hours. And literally,
definitely.
Yeah, and I left Graham. We stopped twice with Graham, and I left Graham, and it was the lad who met us. There was Graham and
John Diehard
McLean. So then, obviously, I stopped at Graham's. We met up. We got to. I always say it wrong. Is it Alban?
Oban.
Oh, there you go, Oban. So we got up to there. They went one way. I went another. And the only time I stopped from there was to fuel up. I stopped about 250 mile, fueled my jerry cans up at the back, and then I didn't stop again up until I ate John O'Groats. And I was absolutely bored.
I live close to, you know, the Erskine Bridge, yeah, because most people go over that. So I live close to the Erskine Bridge. He went right up the west coast, across the north to John O'Groats in one day. That was a task. That was a job.
Yeah. So, like I say, it was just one of them. It was good to start the day with other people because it gives you that buzz, that kickstart that you need. Do you know what I mean? But then when I got through Applecross, and then from literally, I really struggled from Applecross all the way up to the northwest coast side. Then that was really, really busy, and I was just, to be honest, I was just driving like a fucking lunatic because I was pissed off with the traffic, and I just kept looking down, and my sat nav was going like, while getting into the hotel till like 6:20, then it was 7:15, then it was 7:15, then it was 7:30, and I was thinking, gee, mate, every time I look down, it's an extra 15 minutes. I've got to start cracking. I've got to start shifting through this traffic. And then when I got to, like I say, I got to John O'Groats, and then my hotel was only like literally 10 minutes from there. Once I got there, I kind of knew I was there. Do you know what I mean? I was like, sound, I know I'm at the end there. I've only got like 4 more to do, and I'm at my hotel. But again, you know, I was up at 4:30, 4:45 most mornings, on the road for 5:15. Long days, but for me it was worth it. Like I say, but yeah, it was good. It was good.
It's a challenge. Yeah.
It is, mate. And that's something, like we spoke about it before. I'm into stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Like when I spoke to people and that, I was like, initially I was looking at 14 days. Well, initially I was looking at 17 days, and I spoke to these 3 lads who had previously tried to do it, and there was like, no chance, mate. And I went, well, I'm actually looking at doing it in 14 days. And he went, you just won't do it. And as soon as he went, you won't do it, I was like, mate, I'm gonna fucking smash it now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna smash it now. Even if I'm knackered every single day I am gonna absolutely annihilate this now. And I'm gonna put a marker down for them because they was doing it, they're doing it this year. So I was like, I'm gonna put a marker down for you guys that you're gonna look at that and go, how has he done that? Do you know what I mean? Because like some of my days, like I say, I was on the road for 5:15 some days, and I was pulling up till gone 9:30, 10 o'clock some nights. You know what I mean? I was refueling like 3 times.
Was there any point on that trip where you were so tired that you thought it was dangerous to keep riding? Looking back on it.
Yeah, one of the days when I think I messaged you and was on about meeting up.
When you was in Ilfracombe, yeah.
Yeah. And then because what I wanted to do, I wanted to get from there down to Land's End and then back up slightly. And that's when I hit all that traffic. And I was averaging, at that time, about between 450 and 550 miles a day. And I think I'd done something like 212 that day in about 12 hours. Just the amount of traffic, and I was just like, I pulled in there, and that was the day that it gave me a boot up, because I got in, I was knackered, took everything off my bike, fell asleep on the bed in my stuff, fell asleep, woke up, went down, had a shower, went down, had my dinner, and the bloke was like, "Do you want to go for a swim? We've got a pool here." And I was like, "Fucking hell, yeah, man, I'll go for a swim." You know, you just think, I'll try anything. Yeah. So I did had a bit of a splash about, and then got out, and then seen this little thing, this for massages and stuff like that. So
sounds like one of those hotels that you shouldn't really be in. But
yeah. But I went in. I was like, "Yeah, I'll have a massage." And I was like,
hotels that again?
Yeah.
God, no. So I was going to say something then. I can't say that.
No, you're on my channel. Say what you want. but I ended up just having like a shoulder and a back massage, and then got back to the hotel, had another shower, cut my hair, woke up the next morning, and I felt a million times better. But that night, so when I got into that hotel room, I could have quite easily just sat there, cried, and just gone, "I can't do it. I'm knackered. I can't do no more." But it's amazing what, you know, a decent bit of grub,
a bit of a swim and a massage, and off you go again. Yeah.
But that next day I woke up and it was about, I think I was on the road for about 5:30, and literally I got up and I was just like, you know, sweet.
It's cracking.
Everything's north, but literally I think I had to ride about an hour 10 minutes down to Land's End. And when I got down there, they blocked it all off, so you couldn't get to the signpost.
All right.
So I ended up moving all these bins and everything to get round the corner to get to it. Took a few pictures and everything, and then this bloke come out to, this old bird, "What you doing, mate? You're not supposed to bring your bike round here." And I was like, "Oh, sorry, I don't know." She went, "You don't know? I've just watched you move all the bins." Sorry.
If you had a high vis on, you would have got away with it.
Yeah,
That's what you'll do next time.
Yeah. Be Ivy's wanker, but no, but yeah, it was good. I wouldn't do it again. I wouldn't do it again, but yeah, it was one of them ones where I'd got it in my head and I was going to do it, and like I say, I'm glad I've done it, because I met some fantastic people, and two, you know, I made, you know, nearly 4,700 quid for Scottish Little Soldiers. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's nice.
Good achievement, mate.
Yeah. Like when I looked into like the percentage of money that they needed, so that 4,700 quid will pay for somebody from the age of 12 up to 21 to have counselling sessions for that period. So one person is completely covered there. And I was just like, that's brilliant. You know,
that's priceless, mate, isn't it?
Yeah. And you know, you get all these messages off. They send you like messages. This is who your money's gone to. We divided your money up to them, and it's gone to this person, and this person. And like every now and again, you'll have an email of you know, just a random person just going, "Thanks, mate. You know, we've used this money for this individual, and this is what they've had, and this is the outcome." You know what I mean? It kind of does, when you're reading through it, it puts a bit of a lump in your throat, and you just kind of, you know. Well, you know, it's all right, man. And that's one of the reasons why when Martin said about doing this, I was just like, you know what, I'm down for something like that. Do you know what I mean? Because all them people watching me fucking monging and whining, and I'm knackered and I'm really struggling. Them are the videos that have got the good views. You know what I mean?
But what I failed, right? What you didn't see on last year's winter camp video, and there's a reason why. Because You saw that if anyone's watched that, you see the morning bit just briefly, but I was in no mood for switching on the GoPro. And I was all right in the evening with my fire was great and everything else. But then the temperature dropped down. And I was in my tent. Now, I've got a military sleeping bag, so you know what they're all about, down-filled military sleeping bags. They're good for about minus 25. Military biker as well. He's watching somewhere. He'll know all about the military stuff. It's great stuff to wear in the winter. And I've had this thing about 30 years, and I'll never get rid of it because I know I can sleep in it naked in minus temperatures and keep warm.
We are sharing tents, by the way.
Might get his boobs out.
Well, here's the thing, right? In actual fact, you are supposed to sleep naked in a sleeping bag in cold weather because your clothes will stop your natural body heat from heating the bag up with a down-filled bag. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So you're supposed to do it. Anyway, so at 2:00 in the morning, when the tent is going bang, bang, bang on the side of my head, and 70 mile an hour winds are coming through the valley, and I'm thinking, oh, fuck. All my tent pegs have come out, and I thought, I'm not moving. I am not moving. And I should be switching the camera on and filming this, but it's freezing. Eventually, I thought, now I've woke up, I need a piss. And I ain't pissing inside my sleeping bag. So I had to get out, throw my boots on, and I looked, all my tent pegs were still in, but the wind was howling through. My fire was somewhere in the lock. And it was just bang, 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 bang. And I thought, there's nothing I can do here. So I just put my head up like that. And I thought, I'm not filming. But when I woke up in the morning, and as soon as I popped my head out of my tent, like that. This guy's walking over with a plate and a brew, bacon butty.
Oh, nice.
I think you deserve this, mate. And he was in a camper van. He'd come in the night, and his wife had said to him in the morning, I think we need to sort him out when he gets his head out of the tent. So it was all a great ending, but I just wish I'd have filmed more of it. So what I'm hoping to do is not miss any of that out, because that's the dramatics and needs to be put in something and not glossed over with anything, in any ride. That doesn't apply to mine. It applies to everything we actually do. We should not gloss over it. And a lot of the times I'm editing, it's like, I'll cut that mistake out and I'll make it smoother so that never happened. And I think that's the problem sometimes, is we should leave them moments in.
The human errors,
Exactly.
$1 million bogan. There's always a drama, isn't there? It's nothing's smooth sailing.
Yeah, but
sometimes you can that can take too much time of the video. You're trying to squeeze everything in 15 minutes, but that drama. I mean, okay, if you slow every frame down, there's 5 minutes of going, it's hot. You only want 30 seconds of that, just to make people think. Jesus Christ, sometimes you can over dramatize it, and I think just capturing the moments to say, that was cold. That must have been cold. Not, it looks all right. That we're watching this for. This is supposed to be a dramatic video, but he's enjoying himself in -3. He's smiling, and nothing's happening. You need to have the moments where the ice is coming down the side of your helmet, or you slipped off on that cattle grid, or all them bits and pieces. Sometimes we just go edit.
You're crying. This is shit.
Some music on
whose idea is this? I'm going home. Fuck my tent.
I'll get you, Peaky.
The difference is when you're riding with people, you catch the moments sometimes. Like I'll catch moments on from you, and you'll catch moments from me that I might take out. But on your video, you'll include them. This is the moment where Al Komodo went over his handlebars into the field.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. Sometimes riding with two people, you do capture them moments.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Like it's good
Graham was watching quietly in the background, thinking, "I'm going to come down and join these guys."
He is. He's all over this shit now.
I'm thinking about it. Yeah, but I know it's Scotland's like in January.
About it before we nail it.
Mate, you'll be sweet. Mate, you Scottish, you're fucking born into this shit. You're fucking hard as nails.
It would be going south, mind you, for me, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
no north.
But
well, it will be. Yeah,
like Spain for you.
You'll probably sleep outside without a bloody tent anyway in January, so you'll be all right.
Maybe.
With a kilt on.
Yeah.
Playing Kaylee music in the background with a bottle of Finest, Scotch Finest. So we'll be all right.
He'll be in his kilt and his vest and his fucking Crocs. So, right then, lads, we've done an hour, so I'm going to wrap it up because
that was quick.
We've been on an hour. And nobody else had a word apart from Hugh and Martin. So anyway, but
it's been good to catch up.
Yeah, it has. And like I say, lads, always welcome if you've got if you've got a spare Wednesday and you're free and you want to jump on, you're always welcome on my channel. Like I say, you know what I mean.
Thanks for having us.
No problem.
And everybody in side chat as well.
Yeah, so like I say, I'm just going to run through a couple of people from the side chat now. So we got Jamie's Bikers, Benchers, Blake's Pipe, Brumtown Rider. Brum, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll drop you a text in a bit. Mark's from Leeds, Crafty
Grey Wolf,
Poncho.
I've just been reading your messages as well, so I agree with what you said on there.
Grey Wolf. Who else? Rev Bomb. Who else is that? I'm just trying to fucking quickly flip through. Bandit Man UK, Mercy Moto. There's a few. We've had 20 watchers tonight, so that's been a good one there. So thank you.
24 on peak. Thank you very much.
Is it 24? I've only got 20 on mine.
24 it was before.
Was it? You sound, but lads, honestly appreciate it. And like I say, if you obviously the lads in the side chat where you've been speaking to each other, just if
there's anyone in the side chat, like I said, I always say this, that I don't normally read the messages when I'm watching my main screen online. I've got my phone down here and I do scroll through. If there's anyone I don't know and you want me to check out your channel, please do hit me a link so I can check you out, and vice versa, because there's people that do know and there's people that don't know. So if you want me to do that and you think I've got something worthwhile you want me to watch, make sure you hit me up.
Yeah.
We're all here to support each other.
Yeah, 100%, mate, 100%. You know what I mean? We've like I say, just look at each other's fucking channels, and so it's like anything, you know what I mean? You might like somebody, you might not, but it's worth a watch. So
we're just quickly bearing in mind that sometimes people will subscribe, but then if you're over 1,000 subscribers, you will not get a notification that that person's subscribed. So we have to, go back and look to see who has subscribed. So if someone does click and subscribe and think, I subscribed to him 2 weeks ago, but he's not even looked at mine, you might not get a notification. Yeah. You will do if you're low, underneath 1,000, you'll get a notification.
But we do see the comments.
So you have to. That's why I always say, if you want me to check you out, you've got to send a message and say, hey, I've just subscribed to you. Yeah, check me out. And then we'll do that. Yeah.
So, and remember, it's Remembrance Day as well. So, wear your poppies with pride. So, right then, lads. So, from Alkamoto, Extra Rider, and the Haggis Whisperer, and myself, it's been a fantastic night tonight. It's been a good laugh, as usual. So, thank you. And stay safe, keep your family safe. And if you can all smile for me, that'd be fantastic. That'd be superb. Cheers, muckers. Till the next one. I'll see you later. Take care.
See you later.
See you later.
Thank you.